What's going on, world? We are back. It's NRW with another weekly Entertainment Picks episode. I'm Kuya P, and I'm joined by my pal, Heather. How are you, Heather?
Good. Not wearing makeup today. I'll get to see me in au natural because, I'm lazy and there's a huge storm outside and we might all die. So,
Girl, you got that natural beauty. It's all love, and we're not going to die. Stay optimistic, Heather. I need those positive vibes, not negative vibes, please.
Sure.
So, another week, another batch of projects coming, but they are looking a little slim because we are currently in a SAG-AFTRA strike. Please pay us actors. I say that us because I'm an actor. Writers, as a writer as well. Please pay us. Just everybody support the unions. They're giving us trying to give us content, and if y'all want content and not paying us right, you're not gonna get it. So a lot of stuff are getting delayed, pushed all over the things. It's crazy right now, crazy out in these streets. So with that being said, Heather, I know you're all for the strike and all about getting creatives paid properly. There's been limited stuff to watch. What have you been watching before we get into these week's picks? Have you caught up on Secret Invasion yet?
No, we haven't. It's one of those where we've been doing other things. I'm in my finals week. So for those of you who are in college and are doing summer school this week or last week and this week are finals week. So be cool, be fine. Y'all will do great on your finals. So I haven't had a chance to do it. I will say this though, please make sure that you are continuing to watch television. You are continuing to stream. You are continuing to watch content. Because if any of the companies that are currently fighting against raising wages see numbers start declining, they will start pulling series, and the absolutely ridiculous checks we're seeing at 5, 3, 1 penny, cents they're not going to get that at all. So please continue streaming. Please continue watching content. Let those actors and those writers know that you still want their stuff. And that way that will tell these huge conglomerates that content is needed and that they need to pay their writers and actors. So with that being said, haven't really been able to watch too much. I did start watching Captain Fall as like a background adult cartoon today on Netflix. It's kind of just that. It's just a background show. We also started watching a documentary series called How to Become a Cult Leader on Netflix.
Interesting.
It just kind of spotlights, does quick short dives into cult leaders and how they became and what their specialty was and how they became a cult leader. So there was one on the Manson family, and then there's one on on Jonestown and stuff like that. It's like a 6-part series. It's pretty fun. Other than that, One Piece.
Which is coming soon on Netflix, I believe.
Yes, August 31 is the live action show, but the big 1071 and the official premiere of Gear 5 has officially hit, and that was basically I am a huge Warner Brothers kid. I am not a Disney kid, so all I heard was every single Looney Tune sound, and it made me so happy. And once again, I want to repeat for our audience, I will be the one reviewing One Piece. Not the people that y'all needed to correct in our comments. Don't worry, it'll be me.
I can enjoy it as a newbie, right?
I'm not saying you can. I'm just saying that we had some man and nerd splainers into our comments. Don't worry, I'll take care of it. You don't need to do that.
Sounds good. All right, for me, Heather, I've been y'all know, I'm a wrestling fan. I know you're a wrestling fan. We over the weekend we had SummerSlam. That was fun. But I've also been watching a lot of Dark Side of the Ring. I don't know if you're a fan of Dark Side of the Ring.
Yeah, the documentary series is incredible. Yeah.
Yes.
It's been a while since I've watched it, but yeah.
Yeah, I was catching up on that a little bit, and that led me into some of the other dark sides, which I wasn't tuning in, like Dark Side of the 90s, 2000s. My wife and I have been binging those together, so that's been a lot of fun. And then she was watching this series documentary on Netflix about this church in Pennsylvania called Remnant Church or something. We started that. It's some new doc series on this weird church in PA that I need to get back with her because that was like captivating. Some weird, crazy church. I have to find out the name of that, so because I'm sure you'll probably want to check it out. If you hadn't checked it out already, I thought you might have known it by me saying Remnant. Because I know you watch a lot of docs on that.
It sounds familiar. But have you watched the new Stone Cold Steve Austin documentary on Peacock yet?
No, I don't.
Yeah,
think
there's a good one.
And I know
First off-
we're getting an American Nightmare one on Cody Rhodes.
Yes, we
as
are.
of this recording soon.
But for Steve Austin's is just a very interesting story. It really just talks about some of the dark, like the difficult parts of getting into wrestling versus, you know, where he is now and how he changed and what his personal problems were. He really just dove into it. Also, as a fellow Texan, I can say this: try his margarita recipe. That's probably one of the best recipes that I've had since I've left Texas, and it will kick your ass. So if you haven't, go watch his documentary. And number 2, check out his margarita recipe.
I dig that. I will check that out, Heather. I will also say though, I'm such an old head that I remember when he was stunning Steve Austin. And way before he joined the WWE. And I'm so old. I saw him, I was watching when that turn over and change up all happened because I'm just that old and was such a fan of wrestling. I even have I had wrestling magazine subscription. So I need to check out that documentary. It's always cool when you learn more of what was behind the scenes because everything's kayfabe, if you will, or whatever the term is. So just to learn more about the behind the scenes is always a lot of fun. It broke my heart when watching the Dark Side stuff that JYD was on coke. I was like, what the hell? But it made sense because of the pain that they experienced.
Absolutely. There is some real sadness about athletes in general. And yes, WWE wrestlers, it might be scripted, but it is not fake. They are hurting themselves. And actually, there's an incredible tale of we could have lost Steve Austin in the ring in his documentary series. But it's one of those where they are athletes that train incredibly hard. They have a lot of aches and pains. So across the board, it's not just steroids that are being used. Drugs and alcohol are a rampant problem because there is so much pain, physical and mental and emotional pain in athletics. It's hard
heartbreaking to hear. And it's like I can understand, like I don't get mad at them for using drugs in a lot of different ways because of it helps take what they experience. There's medical marijuana because of the pain people experiencing now. It's important for people to because of just the life that they're living and the pain that they have in them. So just heartbreaking and how the negative effects where it leads to addiction and them killing them and all that. But anyway, heartbreaking. But let's get into something positive. I don't want to get on a negative right now. Heather, we got some picks for you this weekend. A lot of crazy stuff happening, stuff being pushed, but I was able to make some picks. You ready to check out what I got and tell me whether it's a thumbs up week or it's a side or is all the way down? Sure, do it. Let's do it. All right, let's go. First up, coming to Netflix, y'all. So if you already have that Netflix subscription, you don't got to go nowhere. You can be at home and tune into Hearts of Stone with Gal Gadot, our Wonder Woman. Let's check it out.
You know what you signed up for. No friends. No relationships. What we do is too important. When governments fail, the only thing left is the charter.
The most highly trained agents.
It's a bigger operation.
No political leanings.
What's with all the speculation?
No national allegiances.
Time to make a statement.
Working together to keep peace in a turbulent world.
Time to free my mind of limitation.
How many in the welcome party?
6 of them.
Finesse the majors, that's my form of reparations. They said you can't slide, you're a treasure to the nation.
Hardly seems fair.
She's developing a sense of humor.
Hey!
Alright.
Heart is what gives the charter its power.
It can crash a market or drop a plane out of the sky. If you own the heart,
You own the world.
This is what I mean.
Jeff, I need your help!
This is what I
Starting exit route.
we've been breached. What's happening?
Our systems are offline. We've lost the heart.
And now you answer to me?
You're compromised. Don't know if you can be trusted. I'm standing you down, Rachel.
I don't care. We have no idea what they're capable of. I need to shut it all down.
Showtime!
This is what I'm Buffalo stance on my Nina Cherry. They wanna see the Michael that they see on television. Remind me of a girl, why you never ready?
You think you know everything, but the world is about to see the truth.
Heart or no heart, I'm coming for you.
Chance of success just plummeted.
Only because you've got no imagination.
This is what I'm looking for.
Now, Heather, Greg Rucka, we know him from comics.
Yes, we do know Greg Rucka.
Okay, what do you think?
So I was trying to think of what this reminded me of. Once again, or this is something that we see everywhere. There are truly no new stories. There's just retelling of the same story in different ways and different contexts. And I'm sitting there going, why is the story so familiar, other than the fact that this is one of Greg Rucka's stories? Is Citadel from Amazon is basically the exact same story, but on the back end of what happens after the fallout of this intercontinental agency that doesn't work for a specific government. It's just working for the greater good. It's just trying to make sure that everyone survives and lives a happy life, kind of thing. So you have this ultimate organization that wants to protect the world from the ultra evil people.
Oh, it looks like we have some technical difficulties. Heather, you're back. You froze for a second, but you're back. You're saying evil organization, and then you kind of got stilled right there.
Okay, all right. Well, that's kind of where the last thing I got. So, the storm. I'm so sorry. My internet connection is going out because of the storm.
No worries.
Storm, guys.
No worries.
So what I was saying was, Citadel is a very similar story. Just spies trying to protect the world, trying to protect their organization from bad guys or from the real truths from coming out. And that's basically the same thing here. So I love a good spy story, though. So what are your thoughts?
It looks cool. Yeah, it does look like something we've already seen before. I completely agree with you. But does Gal Gadot do it for me? Yes. Does everybody else in there look cool? All of that? Yes. I got the Netflix already. Something different to watch. Why not? So for all those reasons, yeah, I'm gonna check it out. Yeah. Okay. All right. So next pick, if you have Paramount Plus, if you're tuning into Star Trek Strange New Worlds, which has its finale for the new season, I think season 2 as well. You'll also want to check this out after that. If not, if you're curious, it's called Love in Taipei. Heather, you ready to check this out?
Mm-hmm.
All right, here we go. Love in Taipei.
Surprise! You are going to Taipei. Like Taiwan?
We want to give you something special.
It's going to be the perfect summer.
Hi, I'm Sophie Ha. Like, haha. I never. Do you go to college? Are you excited for the summer? See any guys you like? Do you not like to talk?
I don't really know if excited is the right word.
You are here to learn and experience your cultural heritage.
Parents send their kids here because they think it's a cultural program, but we're all here because we know what it really is.
Stop!
One big party.
This is Ever. You should ask Ever out. You're single, and she struggles with social skills and making friends and stuff like that. It's perfect. What?
Catch you later, Ever.
Bye, Rick.
Maybe this trip is your chance to let loose for a change. Live a little.
It was good. I didn't mean to scare you. I'm Xavier.
Ever.
Forever, ever?
Where are you going?
Oh.
What about curfew?
Hey, Ever. Remember that crazy fun night when you followed the rules?
No.
Exactly. Because no one ever remembers those nights.
If I just let go. Wow, the city is just
incredible.
Yeah.
Let's go!
Ever, you have Xiaolongbao?
How's your Mandarin?
It's getting a lot better.
Chinese word can you write?
Yeah, gotta go. Love you.
Bye-bye.
Right now in life, it feels like I'm torn between two of everything.
When I'm with you, I'm more me than I've ever been.
I don't know what I want.
Here's the thing. You worry so much about the life that you want. You never take the time to appreciate the life that you have.
If I just let go.
Here we are. It's one of my favorite spots.
Let go.
This is a love letter to a place that I never knew 8 weeks ago. Now is part of me.
What now? Forever, ever?
If I just let go.
All right, Heather, coming to Paramount Plus this week. Love in Taipei. What do you think?
It looks like all of the Hallmark movies that I just am not a big fan of. It looks really, really cute. And I like that it's from a perspective that we do not get regularly, because often those types of movies are just so whitewashed, it's disgusting. But it's just overly sweet, candy-flavored love stories.
Yeah.
Are hard for me to swallow at times. It looks really cute. It looks like it's going to be a lot of fun for people that love romance stories.
Gotcha. Yeah, I'm with you on that. Sugary, sweet, romantic comedies. My wife and daughter are all about these, so this is definitely a movie for them. They're gonna really enjoy this. I can't wait for them to check this out. If you love like Crazy Rich Asians or just like Hallmark romantic comedies, this is for you. But one of the key things that you brought up that really hit it home for me when I saw the trailer, and as I'm going to promote in just a second, is this was directed by Arvin Chen, who I will have my interview on the channel. Y'all go check it out. I spoke with him about this film. He grew up as an Asian American, and then I forgot what he was doing in college, but then he decided to just go on his own spiritual journey for himself, go back to his homeland, go to Taiwan, and found himself in the film industry. He started like mentoring this other, well, not mentoring, but being an apprentice to a director who got him interested in film. And so he started doing a bunch of films that have been amazing. One of his big films that he kind of led this film to him was Au Revoir, Taipei. But he's written and directed some other films, but now lives in Taipei and was picked up for this film. He liked the book. He wanted to do something on a bigger scale outside of his independent films. And he brought like that appreciation and love to the film. And one of the rewarding things he found that you'll hear in my interview is a lot of the actors that are in these lead roles in the films, this is their first time visiting Taiwan, Taipei. And so he got to be that for them, to introduce them to their homeland and their country. That's so just beautiful and special.
Yeah, that's sweet.
As somebody who's never been to the Philippines, as a Filipino, like that's one of my goals in life, is to visit my homeland, my home country.
Go home. Do it.
I plan to, it's just, but also not that this isn't my home. I'm an American. I love America.
To clarify, I'm not saying go back to where you came from. I just want to be that very clear.
I know you didn't mean that, Heather. I know you're an ally. But you know what I'm saying? I love just that sentiment and that beauty of who we are as a people and cultures, and just finding yourself, and just even if that isn't your goal to like live there, but knowing about yourself, because there's like in Asian communities, like it's always as you saw in the trailer, there's plan, very rigid, purposeful business life, but you forget about yourself and who you are within that, and you just get too in tuned where you're not actually living. You're just a cog in the wheel of life and all of that, and you need to burst out of that sometimes. So I just love the sentiments of that. So I can't wait to check out this film. And may not sugary sweetness might not be off for you, but sometimes when all you get is blood and guts and just the evils of life, you want to escape from that. So I think it's a good alternative. But yeah, Love in Taipei, Heather. That was my second pick. You ready for my top pick, Heather?
Let's do it.
All right. It's a film that I know you and I, as of this recording, haven't seen it yet, but we're going to be checking it out. And then hopefully we'll be dropping our full review on the channel for it. So we're not going to react to the trailer. I'm actually going to show a featurette on the last voyage of the Demeter. Can't wait to check this out. Here we go.
I want this to be the scariest depiction of Dracula ever.
There's something potent about that mythology. Everyone knows fear, and I think Dracula represents that.
This chapter of Bram Stoker's Dracula hasn't been told. what actually happened on the ship that transported Dracula from the port of Varna to England is by itself just fascinating.
Dracula is trying to find more people, more blood, a better place to feed.
This looks like a bite.
What better place than the huge city of London?
Search the ship everywhere.
It's monster time when the lights go out.
I really loved this alien-style story set on the ocean in 1897 and with Dracula instead of the alien monster. It was just all the elements were really exciting.
He is here.
There's no way off this ship, and that evil is lurking right there.
We get to experience this extreme emotion of fear, but safely.
May God have mercy on us all.
He's the perfect monster.
You look at the images and it's just magic, man. It's magic.
His name is Dracula, and I want to kill the cursed thing.
Ooh, spooky. What do you think, Heather?
I'm both really excited, but also, once again, you know me, I'm a huge kitten cat, so I'm definitely going to be jumping a lot. I am looking forward to seeing it, hopefully with you this week. Cross your fingers. There are certain films that take a little bit of priority on it, but I'm not going to be mean. But it's one of those where I'm very excited for it. I'm very excited for this story. Of course, the Demeter is a story that has been told, but we have never seen his story. We never get to see where he goes from one to the other. How did he get to certain parts of Europe? What did he do? Who was helping him? It's always fun to see a different version of a non-human version of Dracula, because he's not human. One of the things that really makes him a provocative character is that he is, in many cases, a sexualized version, a very sexy, a very good looking, a very kind, in theory, person who is actually a monster inside who just wants to eat you alive. And we've had that, it's been there, but Dracula isn't this sexy character. He is literally a monster. So it's always fun to see these versions of him.
Completely agree. Yeah, I'm excited. Very Nosferatu-esque, if you will.
Mm-hmm.
Taking it back to when it wasn't so sexy. Unless you find that sexy. Hey, ain't nothing wrong with that either.
I'm just excited for Bring Me My Nosferatu. I think it's 2024, but I'm so excited for the remake.
So the last Voyage of Demeter, that's my top pick, Heather, along with Love in Taipei and The Heart of Stone. What do I get this week? Is it a thumbs up, thumbs down, to the side? Where are we at on this one?
I'm going to say it's kind of in the middle.
Okay.
Maybe a little bit more, more like three quarters. I'm not going to run out for the first two films just because they're not so much me, even though I do love a good spy story. I'm Gal Gadot, honey, if you know, you know. But it's one of those where I am very excited for Demeter. And I'm not saying that your picks are bad. They just might not be for me. And that is okay.
Very true. Ain't nothing wrong with that. I'll take it. It's a weird week, and it's going to be a weird couple weeks with just everything's happening right now. So to all my fellow actors and writers out there, creatives in Hollywood, please, support the union and AMTP, American Motion Television Picture Association. You can suck ass. Please come to the table. You're not going to get nothing until you do us right. So there you go, Heather. Final words, get up out of here. How can the people reach out to you? Talk about how crazy I am and my picks or whatever. Sure, I'm off this week. It's weird.
You're not crazy.
I'm totally off with everything we're doing this week.
You're fine. It's fine. It's literally like it's a entire like waterfall outside. So it's the weather. Let's blame the weather. But it's you can talk to me about how much of a baby I am when it comes to horror movies, even though I'm a big fan. At Nerd is a Heather on Twitter and at Heather is a Nerd on TikTok, Instagram, and now Blue Sky.
There you go. Holla at my homie Heather. And for me, it's the Legend Kuya P on Twitter, TikTok, IG, Hive, Blue Sky, the Legend Kuya P. And of course, here with Heather and the whole squad at the NRW Not Release Wednesday, where nerds rule the world. Let us know if you're checking out Love in Taipei, Heart of Stone, and The Last Voyage of Demeter in the comments below. And stay tuned for more of our thoughts, reviews, all that. We'll have them up. We out. Peace. That is a slight change that you'll notice, and this time I would really say they're emphasizing the Teenage and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. We see them want to get accepted. They go out at night, but they want to come out during the day. They want to meet with the people, and in order to do that, gain acceptance, they find out there's this evil crime syndicate doing bad things, and so if they can be heroes, maybe they can be accepted. This was just a lot of fun. I had to go grab pizza again later because that's what turtles do. I'm getting flash